Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Silas Frayser. How's it going today, man?
Man, going great. Thanks for having me out, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited to have you here. Excited to chat a little bit. You just dropped a new single. So, how's all that been treating you?
Man, it's been great. Feedback's been awesome. Yeah, I'm so happy it's out in the world.
Nice. So, it dropped yesterday. Did you do a release show?
I didn't, unfortunately.
Okay.
No, I did for my last single, which was really fun, up at the Vinyl Lounge with a full band for Bus Call, which was really great. And I was trying to do something like that this time, but cards didn't fall into place. But hopefully we'll get something for the next.
Fair enough. Since I brought it up, let's talk about the new song, More Like You. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, man. So More Like You is a song inspired by my dad. Just the things he's taught me growing up and how to live life and just how to think and try to stay positive. And yeah, just it's about him, man, my hero, the journey.
Nice. That's really cool. And how long
Yeah.
has this song kind of been in the works?
Let's see. So we wrote this song, I believe it was February. Yeah.
Okay. So
So it was yeah, it's fairly new, yeah.
yeah, I was about to say, so because it's weird to say that like February, it's a relatively new song, but in the grand scheme of like writing and releasing it, it really is. So
Yeah, yeah, I know. You feel like you hear people like, "Oh, I've had this song for 4 years and I finally getting it out." But this one
yeah.
just kind of came into place, and everybody on the team was like, this one felt real and felt
Mhm.
honest, and we wanted to put it in the project. So yeah,
Fair enough. Now, are you working towards another EP this year, or is where you kind of at in that ballpark?
yeah. So we're kind of slotted for just like singles right
Hmm.
now. That'll eventually be an EP. But we went to the studio and did three songs:
Okay.
"Be All Right," "More Like You," and "Take Me Back," which will be the next single. And then
Gotcha.
hopefully we'll be back in the studio in the new year and do another three. And then, yeah, just kind of taking our time with it, making sure it's the right music.
Cool, cool. That sounds about where everybody else is at because it's like, do you do full projects? Do you do EP, smaller projects? Do you do singles? And I think depending on who the band is and or who the musician is and what their ultimate goal is, it kind of varies what works. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like that's unless you have a really strong following already,
yeah,
it's hard to get people to listen to a whole album or buy a whole album.
yeah.
So yeah, if you're just kind of trying to get your music out there like I am, I think singles are like, hey, check it out, and maybe they got 3 minutes of their day to listen to it.
Nice, nice, nice. So the song's out there. Anybody that wants to listen to it after this podcast, of course, that Spotify link will be in the description below, all that fun stuff. But since we were talking about it, I figured we'd jump off on it right off the top. So um
Yeah, man,
kind
cool.
kind of looking back at you and your music, growing up in the Blue Ridge Mountains of you said Virginia, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right.
Where does music kind of start to come into play?
Man, probably high school. I started playing a bunch with a good friend of mine, Range Chrysler, and we just started writing songs and playing, and kind of got a group together and started doing gigs and stuff,
Nice.
local stuff in Charlottesville in high school, and then um, senior year of high school was our first recording. We actually put out a little duo project, a little EP, and then after that, man, I was just like, man, I love this. I want to keep doing it. And my dad plays music as well, so I have music in my life for a long time. I just kind of started doing it probably later high school where I was like, ooh, I like writing. I like playing. I want to keep doing it.
Nice. And during that time, who were you listening to, like musically?
Yeah, man, I grew up, man, inspired by like Dave Matthews Band. It's one of my favorites, and Avett Brothers.
Yeah,
And then I grew up on like jam band stuff too, like Grateful Dead, Fish,
nice.
Widespread Panic. That was kind of my childhood upbringing, and a lot of bluegrass.
Okay. Yeah.
Tony Rice and Newgrass Revival.
Yeah.
Just that was always on in the house, and just something I don't know. There's always groovy music, so I was like, man, I love this sound, and I just want to start. Kind of started kind of writing to that kind of world
Hmm.
a little bit, and now I've kind of like I'm just started dabbling in the country and more like folk
Yeah.
Americana. and just seeing where it goes, man. I'm just trying to let
Mhm.
the music move through. I'm not trying to put a tag on it right now, you know.
For sure. I love the fact that bluegrass is kind of having this major influence on a lot of singer-songwriter Americana, country artists right now. Because a lot of the musicians we have on, they're naming off some like bluegrass bands, and it's really cool to kind of see.
Oh, absolutely, man. Billy Strings, man. He's like,
Yeah.
I mean, he's just introduced an entire new audience to
Mhm.
bluegrass, that maybe wasn't going to get into it.
Yeah.
And he actually just put out an album today.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Highway Prayers, man. It's sick.
He's actually one of the or so when we first started doing live and amplified, we got
Mm-hmm.
invited down to a bluegrass festival down in the Florida Keys. And
Oh, sweet.
the second year we were there, it was right after what was the really bad hurricane in like 2017, 18, somewhere in that ballpark. But it came through
I'm
and
not sure.
wreaked havoc in the Keys and all that stuff. And we weren't sure that they were going to put the festival on
Mm-hmm.
afterwards because it was like literally less than 3 months after the hurricane hit. But they called
Oh,
us, was
yeah.
like, hey, we're still doing it. We got a big name coming, make sure you're here. And I'm like, okay, cool. We go, show up. Okay, so who's this big name? We were thinking they were talking like Steve Martin or something like somebody that
Yeah.
and that's really who all we knew at that point because it was like year two in our bluegrass journey, and he brought out Billy Strings, a young
Mm.
Billy Strings, still wearing the hippie bell bottom pants and just kind of still doing his tie dye thing back in the day, and started listening to him. And then shortly after that, it was off to the races for him. So that was really cool.
Oh, man, that's cool. You got to see him back then,
Yeah.
too. Yeah, I got to catch him at a cool festival in Virginia called the Festi, which is
Uh-huh.
where the big lock-in festival, the jam band festival, was at, too. And like at least the grounds. And
Yeah.
I think that was 20. Yeah, I think that was 2017. So I think I saw him on
Yeah.
the same tour or same time.
Yeah.
And man, that was the first time I saw him, and I was like, "Oh my god, man!" I was blown away. Like I was front row, and I was just like, I'll never forget. He played "Meet Me at the Creek," and that
Yeah.
jam in the middle of that, man, that got me. I was
Yeah.
hooked, you know.
Right. My buddy, his big story always is because he helps when we're out doing stuff like that, remote, like doing remote stuff like that, he'll come out and help me run sound. And his big story to this day is that he got to smoke a joint with Billy Strings.
Oh, did he really?
And he tells everybody that story. And it's like, all right, come on. Let's
Yeah.
get a new story here. So, but
Hey, man, if you got a story like that, might as well tell it, right?
right, for sure. So when did you end up moving to Nashville? How long have you been there?
Man, I've been here for like a year and a half.
Okay.
So pretty new for as Nashville goes, I guess.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, man, it's been a cool journey. Lived a couple places so far, and yeah, just kind of figuring out where my groove is, where my sound is, and I got a really cool producer that I've been working with, Ben Fowler, and he's
Mm.
just kind of helping me navigate that in that world and meeting people, and just happy I have a mentor and someone that sees the vision, sees the dream, the sound,
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Did the pandemic kind of screw up your plans, or were you not even looking at Nashville both prior to the pandemic?
I was, yeah. So I was actually supposed to move here.
Mm.
Well, actually, not then. I mean, pandemic really didn't affect me moving to Nashville. Actually, it was like I guess I started thinking about it in like 2021.
Hmm.
Kind of after because I was like I worked in the solar industry and was an installer doing that for a while, and I was just kind of wanting to get to Music City and start pursuing this just because I wanted to make really good sound and
Yeah.
records and songs, and I just knew I could find some people here to help me do that.
Nice.
And
Really
so
cool.
finally made the jump, and was like, it worked out. So I'm happy I'm here now.
Nice. You said you'd lived a couple of places before Nashville. Was that due to the solar industry job, or was
Oh, so yeah, I lived well, mainly in Charlottesville. I lived in
okay?
Richmond, Virginia for a little bit,
Okay.
went to school there for a little bit. Decided that wasn't for me, so started
Okay.
painting houses and playing music. And then yeah, I moved back to Charlottesville. My dad got sick, so he was
Mm.
dealing with cancer and battling that, so I wanted to be closer to home, and So then I got a place in Charlottesville right at UVA with some friends that were going to school
Yeah.
there. And then, yeah, just stayed in Charlottesville until now. So, yeah.
Nice, nice. And you're enjoying Nashville?
Man, it's great, man. It's great.
Nice,
Playing a lot of writers' rounds. I'm working a lot. I work in Franklin to
nice.
help pay the bills right now. But, I'm trying to make money with, playing some shows on Broadway and off Broadway every now and then, places that'll let me play originals,
Yeah.
um, make some tips. And yeah, man, just doing the thing, man.
Cool, cool, cool. And so, what's kind of the plan looking forward? Obviously, you mentioned you got another single on the way. Do you have any information on that one yet, or is it kind of let's let this one be and then we'll worry about the next one?
That's kind of right. Yeah, I kind of want to, promote these two for a little bit, but I would like to get it out, in December,
Mhm.
just so I can kind of focus on the next three for the new year.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just kind of want to sit on these last two songs for a little bit and try to share and spread the word about these for a while, and then, we'll get this third one out and see. Then I'll have like a solid three Nashville tunes that were recorded professionally, and I think they're the best sounding stuff I've put out. So
yeah,
I'm really proud of them. So yeah, I
for
just want to
sure.
sit on those for a bit and then write some more songs that I love and then I want to put out, and hopefully we'll get that done in the new year.
Nice. And who are you listening to right now? Like, is there anybody on your Spotify playlist that's like really speaking to you right now?
Man, I've kind of been back and forth. I've actually like I'm all over the place when I listen to music. I'm inspired by just I don't know all different sounds, things that just I don't know make me feel something. So I've recently actually, I mean, I listen to a lot of modern country, pop country.
Mhm.
I got Thomas Rhett's new album in my
Nice.
head right now. I've been listening to that a lot, and because that's like total pop, and
Mhm.
I love it. How could you not like it? It's like it just sounds fun.
Nice.
But I've actually been diving back into the Avett Brothers. I kind of took a break for them for a few years and didn't really listen to them, but they have a new album out that I've really been enjoying. Um,
Nice.
and I bounce around a lot of classic rock and Dire Straits, Fish. I'm really into right now, and
Nice.
yeah, that's kind of my thing every day. A
That's
little bit of
cool.
jam, a little bit of country, a little bit of pop.
Nice. Hey, you keeps it interesting, right?
Yeah, but I have a feeling this new Billy Strings record is going to be on replay for a while this
Nice.
fall.
Nice. I'm gonna have to go check it out. I've been on such an independent kick recently
Oh
that
yeah.
like my entire playlist is all indie country artists and all this stuff. And it's just like, okay, maybe I need to step out and get some independent rock band, just kind of broaden the genre a bit because, you know, just add some spice to my life.
Absolutely, man. Oh, dude, there's actually another band I've really been listening to a lot, Goose. I'm actually really excited to see those
Yeah.
guys. They're coming to Nashville in October, and
Nice.
I can't wait to go see them. And then they're playing Asheville, North Carolina. I know I'm going to go check them out there too. So
Nice.
it's gonna be fun.
Sick. So you go back home to up to the East Coast quite frequently or not really?
Man, not enough, not
Okay.
enough. I love going home, but I was able to get back this summer and play some shows. We played at a cool venue in Waynesboro, Virginia called the Foundry, and had a bunch of family friends and people come out and support. And I play with a band back there with my dad's in, so it's really
Nice.
fun. We get to play together, and played another little festival called the Hoedown this summer, and then yeah, kind of bounced around playing some different shows, and then spent some time with family, and it was really really great. But yeah, I'll probably go back for the holidays.
Nice. Yeah, fair enough. Where are
Yeah.
you at kind of show wise right now? Are you playing pretty consistently or
Yeah, man. So I play like every week typically, somewhere on Broadway, the Moxie Hotel,
okay.
on,
Yeah.
I think is it second? I don't know. Right next to Kid Rocks.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
And they let me do originals, and it's a good crowd that moves through there. And it's really fun. And then I play the Cambria Hotel,
Okay.
True Music Room,
Nice.
and play that usually Friday or Saturday is one of those. I'll be down there.
Sweet. So you kind of got your residencies set up and then just kind of wherever else you get a show.
Yeah, that's kind of right. Yeah, those guys have been really great about getting me gigs there and just letting me do my thing. And
Nice.
people want covers. Of course, I'll try to play a song if they want to hear it, but typically I don't know it, and I'll just
Fair.
learn it on the spot or get them to sing it with me. Make it fun.
Fair. Hey, at least you got a way to kind of do it. Like You know, it's
Yeah.
the cover songs, you can't know every cover song, so just
Yeah. You're just supposed to entertain, right? So might as well give it a shot.
right. Absolutely. And what are tabs for if not to just learn on the fly?
Hey, right. Yeah, it makes you better, right?
Right. Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
so just really quick, outside of music, what do you like to get into?
Man, outside of music, man, I wish I could be closer to the ocean, man. I love surfing and love like going hiking and stuff. Been doing that a little bit around Nashville and just getting outside, man, just being in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Anything. Water is typically best. If I can get around water in water, I'm good, man.
So you mean you're not trying to surf those big waves of Percy Priest Lake?
No, I wish. I mean, I wish I had them. I
Right.
worked at a boat club this summer, cleaning boats and checking people out, and it was nice to be on the water on the weekend, which was nice.
Nice. Nice, nice.
Yeah,
I'm actually kind of surprised Nashville doesn't have a like a surf park.
dude, we need to get a wave park here. I don't
Yeah.
understand why aren't people? I mean, there's so many people. I feel like this town with tourists and stuff. We
Yeah.
got to give. If we know anybody with some big money, we should get some investments going and create a wave
Right.
park.
Right. Because we that's the big thing here in Texas is we've got so I live in Waco.
Oh, cool.
We've got a surf park here and it's it's owned by some guy that maybe has more brains than money. I don't know, or more money than brains, or whatever.
Right,
Uh,
right.
but he seems to do really well with it. And then there's a whole bunch of other surf parks in within like 2 or 3 hours of us. So it works. In a place like Nashville, the only drawback is I could see from like November to March, you're probably not going to be operable, but you know,
Man, hell no. I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe you could put a dome over it.
yeah, that'd probably be the move. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
is
that's
it.
cool, man. So you're in Waco. I didn't know
Yep,
that.
yep. I've been here about 5 years. I'm originally from Chicago, and
Right on.
yeah,
How long you been doing the podcast?
8 years. It was
Nice, man.
yeah, July was 8 years. Live and Amplified's coming up on 9 years. It'll be 9 years in December. So we started the podcast 6 months after we started doing Live and Amplified. So
Awesome, man. Right
yeah,
on. Right on.
yeah, for sure. So if anybody wants to check out your music, any of that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, man. So yeah, Spotify, iTunes, Silas Frayser, man. That's the best spot right now. And YouTube, I post some stuff on there, but not a whole lot. So if you really want to check it out, just go listen to the tunes.
Fair, fair.
Spotify, iTunes.
Awesome. And then before we wrap this up, what's one piece of advice you have for the young musicians out there?
Oh man, just don't stop and be honest, be true. Don't try to be anybody you're not.
Very fair. That's truer words have never been spoken.
Yeah, I'm trying to live by that too. I think we all are.
Fair enough. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, once again, Silas, thank you so much for joining us. Uh,
Thank you.
thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you all later.
Sounds good, man. Take care, Tom.